Hey now, what it is, Petey Grizz. I'm just sitting here jamming on my bass, doing what I always do. Anyway, got another cool night for you. Today we're going to talk about a little known, little unusual blip from Victorinox. Maybe, not Victorinox, Victorinox history right now. So, let's start out with this. We're all familiar with the ever-popular Cadet. Such a slim little package. Great little bit of functionality jammed into a tiny little spot. Man, these suspension clips are great. If you like complaining because your Swiss Army knife don't got a pocket clip on it, I really prefer having these than the pocket clips. I think the pocket clips make knife handles just feel awful to hold for the most part. Not always, but a lot of times. So, of course, we all know what the Cadet's got. Got that cap lifter, screwdriver, strip and notch, bam. Of course, it's got the half stop, and you'll notice it's a little tough to break that angle because if you see right in there, if she'll focus, there we go. You got a little bump on the corner of the tang that engages a notch in the spring. It helps kind of act as while not being actually a lock, it does give it a lot more holding power. So there we go. Look at that beautiful blue shield. She's a 2020 limited edition model. We've got the can opener, patented in 1951. You guys ever get tired of hearing this stuff? Because I get tired of saying it, but why not? Got the 2D Phillips small flathead thing going on. Bing bong, bam, a-roo. There she do. Next we've got, it's the nail file. My least favorite nail file from Victorinox. I like the early crosscut nail files. Then I like the stipple nail files, and I don't really like this one, but it'll do in a pinch. Nail cleaning tip. Gotta have that stuff when you play guitar, bass, or if you just like being a gentleman and not having filthy, grubby hands. And finally, of course, we've got our main blade. Nothing fancy. I've showed this guy off before. But the point is just to freshen up on what the Cadet looks like today. Now, what we've got here is a little unusual piece of Victorinox history. In the mid-90s, they tried doing some smooth Alox scales. A little known but highly sought after one that I would love to have someday is they actually made a master craftsman with these smooth scales for the Dutch military. Problem is that these smooth scales with the anodization, they just didn't hold up, and most of them look like this. I mean, this was an ugly color to begin with. Whoever thought gold was going to be a good idea on a silver aluminum backing, I mean, come on. It's urine. Yellow, basically. Basically PP yellow. Makes me have to take a tinkle right now. But the problem is, without the texture, every little dent and blip just makes the knife look absolutely atrocious. The anodization just wore off in large patches like that. Still a very cool knife to have. Very happy to have it. I'm struggling between keeping this one original or just polishing it down to the plain aluminum. I don't know. Let me know what you would do. Let me hear your suggestions in the comments because I'm leaning towards taking her down to Plain Town. Anyway, I don't know what Producers is. Don't know what Brown ME4 is. Don't really care, so that's not an issue. Of course, again, we've got the cap lifter. Boom, boom. No half stop on this. No half stop on the Alox ones, on these older Alox ones, for whatever reason, even though by this point they had already been using the Alox. unless I had the story completely wrong, which is altogether possible. These might have came out after the ribbed Alox. Anyway, next going on was the can opener. Nothing fancy, does the job. But here's where it gets a little different. In lieu of the nail file, we've got the pen blade. Now, there were ones called a Cadet 2. You could get the ribbed Alox with either the nail file or the pen blade. When it had the pen blade, it would be called the Cadet 2. Kind of like the, I think, Phantom 2 or whatever it is. But on these Alox ones, they just came with, at this time, they just came with this blade. That's how they came. So you got that in lieu of the nail file. And of course, we get the big boy blade with the 4-line tank stamp. Bong bong. With the officier Suisse, the crossbow, the cross for the Swiss patent mark. All that good stuff. Beautiful, ugly little knife. I mean, I love this knife, but she's ugly as sin. It's like one of the ugliest sacks I've ever seen. Probably the ugliest sack in my collection. It just did not hit the target. And they discontinued the smooth Alox shortly thereafter because it just didn't hold up. Just didn't look good. They weren't happy about it. So they ended it. And that's the story on the smooth Alox from Victorinox. And I will catch you on the next one. PD Grizz out.